Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But what happens when that first step is the wrong one? One single decision can change someone's life forever. If that first step is the wrong one, it can have major consequences. Nowadays, people falsely proclaim abortion, euthanasia, and assisted suicide as human rights. And the more people do them, the easier and more acceptable they become. This has to change. Because no matter what people say, taking an innocent life is never the answer. That's why it's so important to not take that first step, to never take the easy way out. It's truly a slippery slope. The more people get abortions, the more people are euthanized, the more people assist in suicide, the darker our world becomes. Those facing the difficult decision of life or death must have the strength to say no. Only then can we make a change. Only then can we bring light to the world. When I was little, I joined a baseball team with kids I didn't know. It was difficult at first since I was very shy and I didn't branch out. However, with time, I slowly began to make friends. Soon I found myself branching out, and it became easier and easier to go to baseball. Everything gets easier with time and repetition. Unfortunately, this holds true for bad decisions as well. The Guttmacher Institute reports that the abortion rate is about 13.5 abortions per 1,000 women. According to a 2007 study by that same Guttmacher Institute, almost half of those in the United States are repeat abortions. When people decide to get an abortion for the first time, it's normally a very difficult decision. If they do get that abortion, however, it makes it so much easier to make the decision to get another one. Furthermore, no matter the person, taking an innocent life takes its toll. It's a vicious cycle of more death and more pain. If people had the strength to say no to that first abortion, so many lives could be saved. I pray that anyone facing an abortion has the strength to take the first step towards life instead of towards death. People must also have the strength to say no to euthanasia and assisted suicide. About 5 years ago, my grandmother was diagnosed with stage 3C ovarian cancer. She was told that no one her age had survived the intense chemotherapy and surgery. She was faced with a difficult decision: either endure the chemotherapy and the surgery and possibly live, or die peacefully. Thankfully, she chose to fight. Because she took that first step towards life, she got to see both my sisters graduate high school, and we'll get to see me graduate high school and my sister graduate college. 5 years later, she's cancer-free, having beat it twice. 5 full years of life and happiness because she never gave up. She could have denied treatment and died without a fight. Thank God she decided not to. Now, she was never considering euthanasia, but she still faced that difficult decision of life or death. We cannot know the future. Even when hope is seemingly lost, goodness can find a way. In every case, for abortion, euthanasia, and assisted suicide, it's important to never take the first step down that road, because it's not for us to play God. We don't have the right to decide who lives and who dies. No matter how the odds may be stacked against a person, happiness, love, and goodness can always come about. Just as my grandmother chose life and had 5 wonderful years because of it, so too must people deciding to live or die choose life. And since it's so important to simply take the first step in the right direction. Much of the responsibility of life, however, falls on the shoulders of the people not making the decisions. We cannot abandon people deciding whether or not to have an abortion or be euthanized. The most important thing we can do is support the people making the decisions. If we can help them see that they are not alone, that they have options, hopefully that will give them the courage to take the first step in the right direction. A study by the respected JAMA journal showed that in places where it's legal, between 0.3 and 4.6% of deaths were reported as euthanasia. Interestingly, that same journal showed that most people who decide to be euthanized don't do so because of pain. Rather, they do so because they feel useless or feel like their lives no longer have meaning. We must show these types of people that their lives do in fact have meaning. We must show them that they can still feel happiness and love. And to those considering abortions, we must show them the psychological distress and regret that comes with getting an abortion. We must show them that it may seem like the easiest option, but will hurt them in the long run. Most of all, we must show them that they are loved, that we as a society are here to help them no matter what. If we do that, if we show them there's another way, we can make a real change. The ending of innocent lives will slowly diminish until it's no longer proclaimed as human rights, but rather for what it actually is, murder. This is only possible if we help people take the first step in the right direction, because it truly is a slippery slope. But with a little courage and a lot of help, we can save lives. Thank you.